Hello friends, myself Seema Benade, welcome you in my YouTube channel. In the last sessions we have discussed service marketing and we started 7 P's of service marketing. In that we have discussed product mix, price mix, place mix and promotion mix. These 4 P's we have discussed. So today we are going to discuss the next important P's. Okay? So in the service marketing, the next P is people mix. So people is very important element in the service marketing or rather in the services. So what exactly the manager who is looking after the service marketing, understanding the concept of the people mix, what he need to study. Okay, so in that he has to consider this people mix under the focus of people strategy. So he has to adopt the 4 important strategies while dealing with this people mix. Okay, hire the right fit, develop to deliver the service, then provide the support system, retain the employee. These are the 4 important strategies that service personnel need to execute towards the employees. Okay, then in the service organization, the frontline employee should be very effective. Yes, and should be high level of concern about his duties and responsibilities. If the service people are unfriendly, they are unhelpful, if they are not providing the required information, not providing the satisfactory service to the customer, so customer will have the wrong impression about the service provider. Okay, so they may think about the different way related with the organization and its employees. Okay, so frontline employee is very important element. People mix is very important element in the service marketing. So frontline staff is an important key for success of service delivery in the case of service organizations. Okay, so this frontline employee always have interactions with customer problems. So frontline employee's role is very essential in the service marketing. Okay, so in that the first strategy that related with the people mix is hire the right fit. Yes, in the organization, those people are selected. Those people must be the right person for the right job. Okay, so the first step towards developing the service employee is to recruit the right person, select the right people to deliver the service. So recruiting and selection of the right candidate, of the right employee for the right job has always been a big challenge for the managers. Yes, it is very difficult how to hunt a good candidate. Okay, so in order to attract the talented people, talented employee to the organization or service firm must market itself in the industry that they have the good potential for the potential candidates. They can give the good career opportunities for those candidates. So potential good caliber or talented candidates may be get attracted to the service organization and they can get the right person for the right job. Yes, so this is the first strategy, hire the right person. Okay, then second strategy is develop people. Develop people to deliver the quality service. Only selecting the right person is not enough. The next important part is how you develop. What strategies are undertaken in the organization to develop the performance of the employee. So once organization selected the right candidate, then in the people mix they must undergone or those candidate must undergone with the right training programs. Then and then only they can give the best results to their employees. So the service organizations can develop people by providing them training programs, by providing them some different types of coaching, empowerment, promoting teamwork. These are the ways by those they can develop the employee for delivery of the best services. Okay, so first is a training. Like in every organization we can see that training is provided, but technical training must be provided. Then personal level skill or personal skill must be trained to the employee. Interactive training must be given. Communication training must be given to the employees, specifically in the frontline employees. Okay, then next is empowerment. So empowerment is nothing but giving power, giving right to the employee. Okay, so empowerment or giving right to the employee, it creates the sense of belongingness. Employee can feel, yes, this is my organization, I have given the rights, so this is my organization, I am the responsible for the things. So it can increase the customer interaction, it can increase the customer morality, it can increase the customer's motivation. So employee feel more and more responsible and they can give the best results. Okay, then promoting teamwork, so it is helpful in increasing the confidence and efficiency of the employee. So by providing this type of training, empowerment, teamwork, their performance can be increases. Okay, then the next is provide the support system. Only choosing the right person for the right job, only providing the training is not sufficient. In the people mix, this next strategy is also very essential, that provide the support system. Employee cannot work by only orders, they need to be provided or assisted with the required support system. What support system is required? Very first is emotional support. Yes, employee must be provided emotional support. Though the person or the guide or the superior people or the boss, he must be always stand behind the employees. They must be guided by the boss. So employee should be supported by the higher authority always. Then only they can perform their task and duties with the confidence and zeal. Okay, the next is communication support. So there should be clarity in the communication, there must be two-way communication. Employee should be open, feel free, they must have that right to discuss what they feel, what they want. Okay, then only they can perform good performance or best performance. Okay, so communication support is always essential. The next is a technological support. So tools and techniques required, equipments required, softwares, various technology is required, so that must be provided to the employees. For example, when we go and visit to the bank, so in that bank there are some softwares used by the bank people, so that is nothing but the support system provided by the banks to the bankers. Then in the case of the cashier, there is a note counting machine, so that is also nothing but one type of tool equipment which is provided to deliver the service, right service, okay, to the customers. So this is the example of providing the support system to the employees. Okay, then the next is retain the best people. So it is very important that it is not sufficient that you hire the right person. It is very important that you need to retain your employees. Okay, who are your employees? They must be retained in your organization, they must stay at your organization. It is a big challenge for the organization to retain the best people in the organization. So employee must be motivated, their needs must be satisfied, so then only they can stay in the organization. Their efforts must be appreciated with monetary, non-monetary types of awards, promotions, allowances, prizes, certification, appreciation, recognition. These are the very important strategies that must be adopted in the retention of the employees. So retaining the best people is also important in the people mix. Okay, so these are the strategies. By this way, people mix or people element in the service marketing must be handled. Okay, then the next P is a process. So process is another important P in the service marketing. So process is nothing but it is a series of activity. There is a sequence, the role to be played by the service provider, middleman, customer. So service process play an important role in determining quality of the production and delivery of the service. Okay, there are some characteristics of the service process. Service marketing person, he must understand in this process that these characteristics must be possessed in your service characteristics. Okay, what about the service marketer, he must aware about his process. Okay, customer when delivered the service, and when the customer is delivered service or when customer approach to your organization, what is the process he is undergone, what steps he need to be followed, what about the characteristics of the service process. Okay, that must be very well understood by the service personnel. The service personnel who is delivering the service, he must understand what about these characteristics about his service, what about the degree of divergence, what about the complexity, what about the service location, what about the customer participation, what about the flow, what about the resource consumption, what about the cycle time of the service, what about the effectiveness of the services, what about the storehouse value, value creation, all these characteristics of the service process must be well understood by the service personnel. Okay, then what comes in the concept of this divergence? Divergence means, in another way, customization. See, when the service organization delivering the service to the customer, every customer's requirement are different. When the service provider delivering the service to different customer as per their requirement, means they are customizing their services. Okay, so for example, many tourist companies are there. So these many tourist companies customize their packages as per the requirement of the customers. Okay, like for senior citizen, they arrange the different package. Okay, for newly married couples, they arrange the different packages. Like that, they make the variations in their product. So that is nothing but degree of divergence. This characteristic must be known by the service personnel. The next characteristic is complexity. When the degree of divergence increases, complexity also increases. When your degree of divergence goes increasing and increasing, you are providing variety of different services. Complexity of your service also increases. So when service organization increases the divergence, then automatically the number of activities increases, and automatically complexity of your service process also increases. So what about the complexity? That also need to be studied by the service person. Okay, then the next is service location. At the time of delivery of the service, the location may be service provider doorstep, it may be customer's doorstep, or it may be third place. Okay, so in your service organization or in your service process, where actually your location is, okay, where you are delivering the service, that must be studied and understood by the service personnel. So customer can, for example, have either visit directly to the hotel, okay, to have the dinner, or customer can order at home. Okay, so this is nothing but service location. So in your case, what are the different service locations? Okay, that must be studied. Yes, then the next is customer participation and interaction. So service process should be designed depending on the extent of interaction. How much interaction is essential at the time of delivery of the service. Okay, so for example, level of interaction in between banker and customer in the case of net banking very less or negligible, but in the case of when you are ordering your menu in the hotels, or when you are designing your menu for your wedding, that time that service provider and customers interaction may be big. Yes, so customer participation and involvement, interaction in your process, how much it is required, how much it is essential, that must be studied by the service personnel. Okay, the next is flow. What about the flow? Flow means order of operation, activity sequence. Okay, in your process there are what different activities, n number of activities are there. Then what about the sequence? Number 1 activity, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6. What about the sequence? What about the flow of operation? That must be clearly understood by the service personnel. Okay, the next is what about the cycle time? Cycle time is nothing but total time taken to transform the one unit of input to the output. For example, if you want to take admission in the one college, so college is nothing but service provider and you are the customer. So when you are taking the admission to the college, what about the cycle time? Okay, what are the different steps? What about the cycle time? How much days, how much time, how much hours it require? That service provider must be very well understood about the cycle time. Then what about the effectiveness? How well does the process meets the target for the cost, time, quality? Okay, so that must be understood by the service personnel, that how well your process is, how effective your process is. Okay, so here is an example is given. 5-star restaurant, they are also delivering the quality service, and fast food also delivering the service related with the restaurant. But the quality, if we consider in the 5-star, they are focusing more and more about the quality enhancement. So that is very important in the process. What about the effectiveness? Okay, then next is a process value creation. That process value creation must be measured over its life cycle. Okay, so what about the achievement and targets outcome? Then rapidity, creating the positive cash flow, minimizing the process variation, right sizing of the employees, matching the process capacity to customer requirement, error free, error proof operations, less customer complaints. So all these are the criteria to understand and study the process value creation. Okay, so these are the characteristics related with the service process. Okay, so service personnel who is entered in the marketing of the service, which is very intangible in the nature, they must focus all these 7 P's, and the detailed understanding of all 7P he must possess. Then and then only he can be successful in his target. He can attract more and more customer, retain more and more customer, and deliver the best service to the customer. Okay, so I hope you have understood these 2 P's, okay, in the service marketing. Thank you so much.